from hostility to harmony. How transparent community engagements can de-risk pipeline projects. Of course, her session promises to be practical, real experiences shared, and of course strategies which you can apply immediately. Please help me welcome the Deputy General Manager and the Head of Terrestrial Services at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Dr. Felicia Agumbata, FNSE. The best dressed female for today, in my opinion. The first lady that arrived here today, very punctual in personality. Please celebrate her till she comes to talk. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. The Chairman of the Board of Trustees of Plan, Engineer Jeff Onoha, FNSC, members of Board of Trustees of Plan here present. I want to also respectfully acknowledge the presence of the President of the Council for the Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria, Professor Sadiq Abubakar Zubair, ably represented by Professor El Yakub. Plan Strategic Partners CEOs here present, Umogini Renaissance, the rep of the Honorable Member, Chairman of the House Committee on Downstream, distinguished delegates, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. I will start with the law of win-win says, let us not do it my own way or your own way. Let us do it the best way. So I'll be discussing from hostility to harmony, how we can use transparent community engagement as a strategic tool to de-risk gas pipeline projects. Look at, what are the challenges? The challenge is social risk in pipeline projects. As nations expand, including Nigeria, pipeline networks for gas, hydrogen, and carbon transport, project success depends not only on technical excellence, but on relationship with host communities. Very, very important. In Nigeria and globally, poor engagement practices have repeatedly led to mistrust, protest, vandalism, and project delays. And this has eroded investors' confidence and undermining sustainability targets in projects. Normally, we have our traditional approaches where we frame community engagement as peripheral corporate social responsibility. We build schools, we erect pipe-borne waters, and the rest of them. It's more than that. It is crucial. Mounting evidence shows that social opposition and community conflict represent quantifiable operational risk comparable to environmental and technical hazards. Most times we tend to give most of the communities, most of the time we are reactive. When they become restive, we'll go and build pipe-borne water. We'll go and erect schools for them. No. We should, during the project stage, we must engage them from planning to execution. An informed community is a well-defined being. When they are informed, they tag along. How do you reframe engagement as strategic risk management? We look at the problem. The problem is community engagement treated as external CSR activity is disconnected completely from engineering governance and risk analysis. How do you get the solution? This slide, please. How do you arrive at the solution? The solution is we need to embed engagement as a strategic engineering and governance instrument throughout the pipeline life cycle. We don't need to be reactive. And the outcome will be measurable risk reduction, operational resilience, and long-term social legitimacy for pipeline systems. The capacity of a project to maintain its social license to operate now influences timelines, cost efficiency, and regulatory compliance as directly as engineering performance. In as much as that CEOs and management who want to have engineering performance, they want performance for their project, we must also put into consideration the social license to operate. That should be the foundation. Social license to operate captures the informal community-driven legitimacy necessary for project continuity. Unlike regulatory permits, SLO is dynamic and contingent on ongoing trust. If you look at the diagram there, you see the trust is in the middle, is the focal point, trust. When a community trusts any company that is running the pipeline within their community, you have everything that you need. They become co-managers of that project. They work with you. They won't be restive. But when they're not transparent, when you don't have their confidence, when you're not credible, when you don't have shared value with them, that is why for gas pipelines, maintaining SLO is critical to operational resilience and regulatory compliance. When communities participate meaningfully, they become co-managers of risk. And conversely, lack of inclusion and diversity turns minor grievances into systemic opposition. Things that could have been solved with just explanation, with just sitting down on the table to discuss, will turn into a systemic opposition because they will tell you, you did not carry them along. In the village, one chief does not represent a community. Let there be a rep from that community. Let there be a project, let it be part of your project management cycle. Evidence from comparative analysis. I look at analysis of 8 African and international pipeline projects reveals that early, transparent, and continuous engagement consistently correlates with improved project performance. We look at the Trans-Adriatic pipeline. That is the one that moved from Greece through Albania, through Adriatic Sea and Italy. This particular project achieved schedule adherence through over 1,700 consultations and public disclosure portals. Conversely, limited dialogue in the West African gas pipeline, the Nigerian, Benin, Togo, and Ghana corridor, contributed to mistrust and early vandalism incidents. So you will have delayed reduction in terms of when projects are structured, have structured engagement recorded, they will record fewer delays on average compared to reactive approaches when it comes to consultation. In terms of security incidents, we have fewer vandalisms and sabotage incidents in projects adopting participatory mechanisms and transparent dialogue, whereby the communities were part of the ongoing process. I'll look at the model that I would like to propose, the phases for community engagement. You look at the AMR model. The AMR framework says have 5 integrated approaches. One is anticipate, identify social and environmental sensitivities early within your project and within that corridor. Engage, build transparent, inclusive dialogue with communities. Not one person in the community, with communities. Not just the village chiefs. Integrate, translate community feedback into design and operation. 4, monitor. That means maintain oversight and communication throughout the project life cycle. Adapt, adjust strategies based on community input and project performance. I was happy when PSL was actually giving their presentation. They mentioned about inclusion, having community engagement, stakeholders engagement. It's a very key instrument, very key point when it comes to project management. If you don't engage the stakeholders, not just the stakeholders who are the users, you also have to, wherever your pipeline is passing, you just have to engage those communities early. I'll tell you a story on one of the projects we had to run in Kano. That was in 2020. We had a project manager who thinks that because he's a French person, that he can run the project from France. I told him I was managing the project from my own side in the industry. I said, please, can we have a Nigerian project manager? Somebody who can, since you cannot come to Nigeria, can you have an alternate person who can actually see things from the lens of the country, who will understand the culture, who will understand where this project is going to be sited? He said no, that he will manage it from there. I said, okay, no problem. It came to the point where they had to choose a network provider. I think they used Google because they used Google to think that, oh, a particular network provider will be better for that particular axis based on their own opinion. We said, no problem, you're choosing your network provider. The day they were to go and erect a mast, the community came and said they cannot erect the mast. We had a project delay of 3 good weeks. They had to bring in a Nigerian who works for the company to go and do what? Intercede on their behalf before they had a closure and finally erected the mast. Second one had to do with, okay, when they announced, okay, the network provider that erected the mast was from a network, I don't want to call the network provider, but it wasn't efficient. But to them, it was efficient. But you have peculiarities in communities, things that work in a particular area. It's not all network that works in all areas. During the site acceptance test, the project failed. It didn't pass the acceptance test. We now lost another 2 months because they had to go back to the drawing board to appoint a Nigerian project manager who had to go and do another visibility, select another project site, select another site for the mast, engage another community before they could able to now go on with the project. But before then, we've already lost some man hours and project timelines. So how do you now say, okay, we are going to measure successes, our key performance indicators for all these phases in the IMA network, in the anticipate, in engage, in integrate, monitor, and adapt? For the key activities under anticipation, you must have baseline assessment, stakeholder mapping, root sensitivity analysis. This must be done. How do you know that you actually performed? What are the indicators you are looking at? That should be on the percentage of stakeholders group identified, completeness of social baseline data. That will tell you whether you are actually you've actually done what you're supposed to do. Under engage, public consultation focus groups, impact disclosure. You must have that. You must know the number of engagements, attendance, diversity, and inclusion is very, very clear. Stakeholder satisfaction score should also be there. You must have all this data. That's what the things that you need to work on. Integrate. You must have route adjustment design modifications and then have model for compensation and refinement. You must look at the percentage of community recommendations integrated, design modification tracked. You must allow the community to also recommend some things. It mustn't just all come from you. Just give them some level of understanding, level of belonging on that project. They're not the owner of the project, but it's passing through their community. A well-informed community is as good as your partner and co-manager for you in your project. So it's very, very important. I'll take a case study of the AKK gas pipeline applications. I'm happy that Oil Service is here. If you look at, you are taking gas, you are routing, piping gas from Niger Delta to all the way to Kano. But I think that if you had applied the AMR framework methodically, early social mapping could have identified livelihood patterns along the corridors where they would have avoided later competition and conflict. You have a structured dialogue, forums every 2 months per state could have also identified unified messaging and remedied misinformation. Because most of the things that is happening is about misinformation. But when the communities are all aware, there's a structured dialogue following with the communities, you're not going to have some of these problems. Then incorporating local inputs on familiarized access might also have minimizing rerouting delays. Regular grievance dashboard shared publicly could have improved accountability and reduced rumor-driven hostility. Some of the hostilities are actually rumor-driven. But when you are transparent, when people know what you are doing, publicly, share what information publicly, it will help a lot. Then annual review meetings between NMPC Limited and host communities will allow iterative improvement. You look back and see what you've not done correctly and then correct them. I believe that this simulation, that systematic engagement translates into tangible risk mitigation, cost efficiency, and reputational gains for pipeline operators and host communities alike. And I believe that this particular EMA framework can also apply to the OB3 pipeline, gas to power, and LPG expansion programs. What are the policy implications for Africa's energy future? One, institutionalized standards. Embed community engagement requirements into pipeline licensing and environmental impact assessment framework, defining minimum condition frequency and responsiveness mechanism. We can also link finance to performance. International and local lenders should integrate social performance metrics into due diligence projects, demonstrating transparent engagement, demonstrating due diligence. Then projects that demonstrate transparent engagement should receive accelerated approval or physical incentives. This will help build a local capacity, co-invest in community engagement training hubs to build local expertise in negotiation, data literacy, and participatory monitoring for host communities. There must also be mandate grievance mechanisms. Establish an independent grievance redress systems with public reporting of resolution outcomes to prevent dispute escalation and build credibility. Credibility is very, very important. Then we have to align with energy transition. Integrate stakeholder engagement into national energy transition plans to ensure that pipeline projects maintain social acceptance and uphold environmental responsibility. In conclusion, I would choose partnership over hostility. Community engagement is a measurable engineering safeguard, not a peripheral CSR activity. Comparative evidence demonstrates that projects embedding participatory mechanism experience fewer operational disruptions and stronger public legitimacy. The IMA framework offers a replicable model linking social inclusion and diversity to quantifiable risk outcomes through KPIs and continuous learning loops. As Africa, as Nigerians, and the global south enter the decade of gas and beyond, pipeline system resilience will depend as much on social architecture as on technical design. So transforming hostility into partnership is therefore not just ethical, it is essential to operational excellence, investor confidence, and sustainable energy development. By embedding engagement within engineering governance, pipeline projects can build robust systems that serve both infrastructure needs and community prosperity. I will end and say that peace is not merely a distant goal that we seek, but a means by which we arrive at that goal. These are the words of Martin Luther King Jr. I will say, let's continue the conversation. Thank you and God bless you.
That was very, very, very interesting and entertaining. Dr. Felicia Agbuta, please give her another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, ma'am, for lending your voice to bring stakeholder engagement just for the cause of a sustainable pipeline infrastructure in Nigeria. Please, can you celebrate the best female for today? The best dressed female for today. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the panel session. My time is 4:21. I'm very time conscious, and of course, if you see your agenda, the panel session is built to last for 30 minutes. And so by 4:51, we should be done with the panel session. And then you have the opportunity to ask questions for 20 minutes. Then by 5, we wrap up for today. So ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce all of the speakers. But before that, I would like that you kindly call the ushers. We need 2 extra seats here. Please call the male ushers to help me add 2 seats here, because we are collapsing 2 panels into one, and so we are getting all the speakers on stage now. The very first panelist, ladies and gentlemen, He is a respected leader in Nigeria's gas infrastructure. Help me welcome the Managing Director of the NNPC Gas Infrastructure Company Limited, Engineer Audu Ibrahim FNSE. Though Engineer Ibrahim is unable to join us today in person, he is ably represented by the Executive Director of Finance of NGIC, who will share his insights and contributions on behalf of the organization. Help me welcome Mr. Abiodun Ogundare. Celebrating please as he comes on stage, representing his boss. We will bring perspectives on financing, strategies, project execution, regulatory alignment, and partnership models which are critical to unlocking the gas infrastructure deployment and driving our nation's energy transition. Please have a seat. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. We also like to join the next panelist, a standout voice in pipeline engineering and midstream infrastructure. He is the head of Pipelines Engineering and Technical Authority at Renaissance Africa Energy Company. Please help me welcome Ayola Olatunji. Please celebrate him. He has a robust engineering background and extensive experience in pipeline operations. He has led designs, executions, and optimization of pipeline systems for major onshore assets. His leadership helps ensure technical integrity, operational excellence, and strategic alignment with today's infrastructure demands. And just like Renaissance says, is Imagineers. Can we celebrate him? Thank you. The very next panelist is a distinguished legislative leader and a champion of Nigeria's midstream petroleum sector. The chairman of the House Committee on Petroleum Resources Midstream of the National Assembly, Honorable Prince Henry Okoje. Representing him today is Dr. Abdullahi Sidi Yakubu, a senior legislative assistant to Honorable Okoje, who will bring the voice and vision of the committee to our discussion. Please help me welcome him as he comes and joins as a panelist. I'd still like to inform the male ushers to kindly add 2 seats so that we don't have our distinguished panelist standing. We also like to welcome another panelist who is a remarkable leader in the banking and energy interface. He's a group head of oil and gas business at Access Bank PLC. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Mr. Emeka Nkwanta. Of course, he has extensive experience in investment finance, commercial banking, and upstream oil and gas sectors. He brings vital insights into how financial institutions can catalyze pipelines infrastructure growth, support project financing, and enhance capital flows into our energy value chain. Please celebrate him once again. Thank you. And of course, still joining as a panelist is a seasoned project leader and expert in pipeline infrastructure execution. He is a senior project manager of Prime Sources Limited with a distinguished background across engineering, project management, and financial oversight. He has been instrumental in driving complex pipeline projects from conception through commission, ensuring excellence, precision, and delivery in midstream space. Please help me welcome Engineer Olutosin Ayetola Jalaoye, MNSCHE, CIPM, IAPM, IABFM, and everything you can think of. Celebrate him, please. The most educated man, the most certified man in our midst. Please, can you give him a round of applause? We celebrate you, sir. We thank you for all you do. We need 2 seats, distinguished. Okay, thank you. But while they are bringing the seats for them, I would like to make a quick announcement. We have our dinner by 6:30, and it's going to be at Hall 4. Can you understand? It's going to be at Hall 4, not this hall. And this has been sponsored by Umogini. The dinner is proudly sponsored by Umogini. I'd like to also announce that please celebrate Umogini, please. Thank you. 10 years, of course. We hope you want to celebrate 11th anniversary next year, so that we also sponsor our dinner again. Celebrate them, please. Now, The CEO MD of Umugini misplaced the pen he used for his tap. It's an automatic pen which he uses to write on his tap. Please, it's a white pen actually. So if you see the pen by your left or your right, please kindly ensure you bring it to me or to the ushers at the registration desk. A white pen. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we continue by introducing the last but not the least of our panelists. He is a visionary leader in Nigeria's oil and gas sector, the group managing director of Oil Serve Group, Engineer Dr. Emeka Okwonsa, CON. Unfortunately, he cannot be with us in person today, and is ably represented by Mr. Cheta Okwonsa, who is the Group General Manager, Group Commercial and Business Development at Oil Serve. He will bring his leadership perspective to our discussion. Please celebrate him. And of course, this is the time we welcome our moderator, the man who I will give a 5 minutes key to make him understand that time is up. It is my privilege to welcome Dr. Okay, I meant to understand, for the sake of diversity and inclusion, we have to add a female to the panel. Please celebrate Madame for championing that. She cannot sit down here and watch only men talk about pipeline. No. Thank you so much, ma'am, for noticing that. Okay, so I'm going to bring in the moderator while I get the name of the very last personality that would champion as the female on the team. The moderator, ladies and gentlemen, is a scholar of exceptional stature, a thought leader in chemical and process engineering, and a fellow of the Nigerian Society of Chemical Engineers. He has spent decades advancing engineering education, industrial collaboration, and energy systems development, with extensive contributions across policy, research, and professional capacity building. He continues to play a strategic role in shaping the future of Nigeria's energy and engineering value chain. Today he will lead our panel discussion on the theme. It's a collapse theme. We are collapsing 1 and 2, and this is the new theme: pipeline systems for Nigeria's decade of gas and beyond. Challenges, opportunities, and strategies for attracting capital and the risk midstream gas projects. Help me welcome Professor Olusegun Ayola Ajayi, FNSCHE. Please celebrate him, please. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the only female. Please, if your hands are not busy, you are wrong. The only female amongst 7 men. Please celebrate an expert in energy infrastructure and pipeline integrity, Engineer Dr. Adegovigo Emejovoke. Please celebrate her, please. Thank you. Please, you're not clapping enough for the only woman. I would have said a standing ovation. It's not easy. I'll kindly appeal that our technical team help us with some microphones. Okay, for all of the speakers, we have mics. You can test your mics. Thank you, ma'am.
It's okay. just give me that chair, please. That will do. It's time, that's the problem. Good afternoon, everybody. Permit me to sit now, not stand on the existing protocol. We are gathered here today to discuss a critical element of Nigeria's future, the expansion and modernization of our pipeline system. We are gathered here today to discuss a critical element of Nigerian future, the expansion and modernization of our pipeline system for the decade of gas and beyond. This initiative is more than just infrastructure. It is the foundation for diversifying our economy, achieving energy security, and driving industrial growth by unlocking the potential of our vast natural resources and reserves. However, we all agree that the path is without challenges, though full of opportunities. We must confront issues like security, financing, and technological adoption, while simultaneously capitalizing on global opportunity and fostering domestic capacity. We have here intellectuals, experienced engineers in the field who have transformed on a micro level their own places to a better place. We are not here to, I think I'm okay with this chair. Because I can face the panel. Okay, good. So we are not here to actually grade you, but to honor you, and then to actually tap from your wealth of knowledge. We still need some microphone here. I don't know whether these microphones are working. The lady needs microphone, please. Okay, fine. Thank you, sir. I'll do that. So, there's social for everything. Let me start with the chief boss in the house, NNPC. You are welcome, sir. I'm sure you have not seen the questions, so we are hoping that from your wealth of experiences, you will be able to tell us a few things. We agree that Nigeria is very rich in oil and gas, and we also need a means to transfer this oil and gas, right? We also agree that by 2023, we are expecting that our pipeline network should actually be able to achieve a better vision. 2033. What are the strategies currently on ground by your company, NNPCL, to make sure that 2033 will not go by without we achieving that?
The very primary thing that we need to do.
You can hold the speaker with your hand, if you don't mind, sir. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. The very primary thing we need to do is to put our house in order in terms of our socio-economic environment, security-wise and economic-wise. The reason being that investments naturally flow to environments that are safe. Whether it's equity capital or debt capital, investments will naturally flow to locations of safety. Why? Because equity investors want to get their capital back. Nobody wants to put in capital where it would not come back. Why? Because as we will say in the financial service sector, return of capital is more important than return on capital, or return of your investment is more important than the return on your investment. So those who deploy, who are investors, who bring in equity capital or foreign direct investment, want to be sure that they will get their money back. And in terms of debt capital, financiers of projects of this nature that are high-risk projects and capital intensive, they have to be satisfied that first, the debt capital would come back to the financial institution, as well as the bankability of the transaction. So we need to put our house in order to ensure that as foreign investors look at us, they are comfortable to bring in their funds here, and then they'll be able to take it back at the end of the duration of the project. And for the banks or the financial institutions, whether it's foreign financial institutions or local financial institutions, they have to be satisfied that their funds, the depositors' funds that they will lend out to projects, would come back to the bank for the benefit of the depositors who gave them that money. So it's important that we tidy up our house so that investors, equity investors, debt capital investors will be comfortable to put in their monies into the projects.
Thank you. Thank you. So, How do we tidy our house now? What are the debts in our house? Vandalism, security challenges, right? If I agree with you and if you agree with me. Let's see what those in the field, how are they able to actually cope? Pipeline vandalism and oil theft are essential threats. Beyond security solution, what sustainable community-centric strategies, alternative livelihood, advanced monetary tech can ensure pipeline security for longer time and that will be able to bring investors into the country? Mr. Chita, please, can you give us your word of experience? Because when he was talking, you are smiling. I want to know what's in your mind, please. Or we want to know what's in your mind.
Okay. I think it's straightforward. You have listed them already, what the problems are. The security issues, community issues, and all that. Behind all this, there's a solution that laces across everything. And it's all hinged on good governance. That's the prime thing. Because whatever solution you think of, to get investors, you need to solve all these underlying problems. Whatever solution you think of has good governance at the bottom of it. If you talk of the funding issues that laces through, or the pipeline infrastructure development and all that, you're talking of maybe setting up things like the gas infrastructure fund, maybe carbon credits, gas-backed, bonds. Who does this? Is the government, okay? If you're talking of things like the community affairs issues you listed, apart from what the companies that are the players does, good governance plays a lot of role, because when you have good governance, you're sure that the citizens even understands what the law is, what their right is, and they're able to stand by it. Okay, so what can be sustainable is not just about the companies that are the players coming to dole out money. Okay, there must be a situation where good awareness is circulated within the community, and the community involved gets to understand that these pipelines are actually their own, institute some kind of ownership in their minds. When that is done, okay, then any other solution you bring can make sense, because already the guys on ground, the community people already understands that this is their own, and anything that tries to, sabotage it in one way or the other goes against their source of livelihood. So it's not government. They understand that government is them. Okay, if you're looking at things like the fact that the pipelines are old, they need to be maintained and all that, it still boils down to good governance. Because it's the good governance that will put the right regulations in place. The right regulations is premised on international standards, okay? And when you have that in place, we do have some good regulations existing already, but the government will be the ones to provide the willpower, okay, to implement, come up with consequence management and all that. You understand? So, however you look at it, there are lots of problems that bedevils our pipelines infrastructure. For you to get foreign investors to come and pay their dues in our economy, you have to solve those problems. And to solve those problems, everything runs around good governance.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, the government, who are the government? I want to believe that you are one of the government, sir. So, I was expecting you to personalize it that we.
That's why I said that the companies that play a role, that are players, will do their bit, but it will be rough. Take, for instance, something like security that you mentioned.
Yeah.
If you listen to any company that plays in that space, they will tell you that they have invested in security, AI, all those intrusion detection and all that. Now let's look at it. You get the best intrusion detection technology. The best they can do for you is to trigger an alarm.
Yeah.
When it triggers the alarm, the GSF that are supposed to make use of the alarm respond to the alarm to bring the deterrence. You understand? If they do not have the willpower to act, the alarm can blare from now till tomorrow. You will know that people are intruding into the pipeline.
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
That's
Tomorrow
true.
they come again. You just have to go and buy earmuffs to stop the alarm. But
Okay, so-
if the government cleans up the security system,
Yeah.
and this time I'm talking about physical security, you know, the soldiers that come with SMGs, and I'm sorry to use the word, I like being blunt, kill anybody who is trying to sabotage our pipelines. Okay, if you don't put that in place,
Mr.
all those
Chita,
intrusion detection
thank you,
things will
thank
not
you so
matter.
much, sir. I can see your passion. I can see that you are passionate about the system. But let's see another angle. Do we say because my child is stubborn, I will throw this child for lion to swallow and eat? No. I will now go to Engineer Yola Olatunji. I know you're experienced in this field. How do we strategically prioritize the development of pipelines to key industrial clusters to catalyze manufacturing, create job, self-esteem, and reduce our reliance on imported goods? I believe if we are able to do this, people will now know that this is our asset, not our liability. How can we do this, sir?
If we look at the decade of gas in itself, at the heart of the decade of gas is industrialization. And whichever way we look at it, industrialization has a collective purpose. So it's not just a cliche from the government, as it were. It means that there is a concerted effort to have each sector of the economy, or let me say each zone in the geographical construct of the country to benefit. So industrialization in itself, either by definition or by how we see it, is to transition from the way we make money, either from an agrarian economy, or an agrarian economy, to that manufacturing-based economy, an economy that is driven by mass production. So if we're able to achieve this, of course, each sector will then benefit. Each sector will benefit from this decade of gas, which has industrialization at its heart. Now, strategically, there are policies in place, but there should also be policies that work in a way of social re-engineering. Madam said something about win-win, a win-win situation, where if you're looking at public-private participation, for example, policies must be in place that allows both the investors that are investing in pipeline infrastructure and the end user of the molecules that the pipeline is transporting to be able to benefit. So if you have an industry in Kano, if you have an industry in Lagos, if you have an industry in Jigawa, by way of being able to transport these products safely, we can actually hit that target of industrialization, and we will be able to strategically have a win-win situation where every player benefits, both government, the investor in the streets, the person that is also owning a company that is into manufacturing, which is also helping us to industrialize.
Thank you. Fantastic. The AKK project ongoing now has created job opportunity for so many people. I was able to go to a place in Kaduna, and it used to be a Boko Haram den, but now there are so many people who are there working.
So you could see that they were able to do something. The fact that that pipeline is passing through that territory has created awareness. Some of them are even serving as security along with the military personnel. So that's the area I think we should be looking into it now, when everybody believes that this is my asset, this is my property. It is not a liability to me. If anything happens here, my ancestral land is gone. But we need policies. And I need to bring in policymakers now. So I want to ask Dr. Abdullahi Sidi Yakubu, sir, how can Nigerian pipeline strategy be leveraged to strengthen its position as a regional gas leader, particularly in the context of West African gas pipeline and proposed Trans-Sahara gas pipeline? How can we do this, sir? So that people will not only call us giant of Africa by virtue of population, but by virtue of gas reserve and utilization of gas. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, the moderator. Like it has been said, I am from the National Assembly. Ours is to create the enabling environment by making necessary laws. From my experience, we have not really studied the PIA. The Act is a very big document. Most of these things we are discussing are already there. So if we study this thing, we would definitely come out with necessary policies that will assist us. Land has a gigantic role to play here. It is, I hope, at the end of this conference, we will be able to come up with possible areas where you can advise the government by way of bringing up something like a draft bill wherein members in the relevant committees will be able to look at it and put it in the right way. Because the truth is, you are the people on ground. What the PIA envisages may not be squarely so, but it is what you are able to bring in that we will be able to work on to make this thing strong. The PIA has divided the petroleum industry into three: upstream, midstream, and downstream. The midstream, where my committee oversights, is basically dealing with the pipeline and petrochemical sales and all that. So we need to really work on, beyond the PAI, we need to work on long-term gas pricing, and we target rules that standardize bankable and contracts and make templates for fast and enforceable permits. Because what we realize is this system is slow and it gives room for challenges, further challenges, instead of fixing it. So the midstream, downstream regulatory authority should be involved in what we are doing now. And I think they should be made to be carried along so that at the end of the day, beyond the PIA, we will be able to have regulations that are practical and timely.
Thank you so much. Let's go to somebody who has been working in the field, and when he was making presentation, he boastfully said that without his company, there is no pipeline in Nigeria. No, I just rephrased the quote, not fantastically correct. But PSL has been building pipeline in the country. You are doing a fantastic job. We are proud of every single company in Nigeria who have added value to our local content. And I know that you guys are competing with the international body. But how is your company PSL able to marry these three things: security, fund generation, and integrity of the pipeline system. From your experience, how have you been able to do this? Security, integrity, and what's the third thing I said, sir? Funding. Funding. You know, funding is one of the biggest challenge we have. Even as we rock, the money is not enough. So funding, security, and then how are we able to maintain the integrity of the pipeline system that you have in the country? Can you share experience with us, sir?
Okay, sir. Hello. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Moderator, and good afternoon once more. The area of funding for projects is, we all know, is very critical. Pipeline projects are not cheap. Pipeline projects are very complex, and their funding plays a major role. One of the reasons or comfort that an IOC or a client would have in a contractor is if they can fund the project. For me, I believe the partnership between the operators, or I would say the contractors, and the banking sector is very key. So that relationship really must be nurtured and be developed, because we are looking at a financial base or a financial institution that can sponsor infrastructural development. And then the banking system or the banking sector in Nigeria, so far, we've seen some improvement in the facilities they have made available. And as a matter of fact, relaxing the tenures of maybe payback or all that. So for us, literally speaking, with the few that we have done, we've enjoyed a lot of relationships with the banking sector, and then openness in terms of maintaining an open book. If an IOC has given you a project and the value is there, it is open, they can go check. And then APGs have been given or have been made available for people like us to operate. All those bank guarantees are there for us, and we can start drawing down on them. Other areas where we have helped our own subcontractors to be able to fit into these arrangements is to also provide what we call invoice guarantees. All right, where the subcontractor can release their invoices, raise their invoices, give us their invoices, but the banks will pay them before we pay them. I don't know whether you got that. So that relationship, it's like a tripartite relationship where the subcontractors working with a major contractor, of course providing services or giving us goods, know that this project has been given, and then the banks are aware, and we can, on behalf of that subcontractor, write to the banks to provide what they call invoice guarantees. And that the contractor can easily go to our bank, withdraw, get paid for all the services and goods without PSL paying him at that material point in time. So that's talking about funding. So far, that's how we've been able to maneuver on that. But you asked a question around the security.
Yes, no, let's just take the integrity of the pipeline so that we can move faster. The young man is already giving me sign.
Okay. So
yes.
For the integrity of the pipelines, right? So for the existing pipelines that we do not operate, of course we know and we have good relationships with the IOCs or with the operators of those infrastructure facility. The detection of leakages, right, is now key. That is at the operation level. But at the construction level, before we hand the pipes over to the operators, there are a series of quality checks and integrity checks that we do. For instance, we have to be sure that the pipelines that we're handing over, internally speaking, the profile is intact and it has internal integrity. And we run peaks, we do all those pre-commissioning activities where that's where the likes of BGT come in to work with us to achieve that integrity in terms of the pipelines that we laid. Right. We also know that we cannot hand over a pipeline that is damaged ab initio from the offset. So the quality process involved in joining pipes together. As a matter of fact, when you talk about the rigid pipelines, it has to be approved by international standard. So we ensure before we release the pipes into the soil, into the sea, we have done all the checks in terms of the welding integrity. Of course, there are technologies that are internationally approved to check those integrities before we sign off. The client will also sign off based on an established or set of established parameters. When those are done, everybody signs off. We're good to go. We lay the pipe in the trench, on the ground, on the seabed, and then before you fully hand over, you run pigs and do all the series of pre-commissioning. And if you hold pressure, if it's the outcome that is expected by standard, that integrity is intact. And after that, post that is when you now talk about leak detection, security of those pipelines, running your drones, doing thermal imaging, etc., etc. I don't know if I've answered.
You have. You've even you've given more than the necessary lecture that we need to pass this course. But you all agree with me that quality is very important. You also agree with me that the day the masquerade are dancing, the biggest masquerade always round up the occasion. So the biggest masquerade in our midst, if I don't call your name very well, don't look at the quality of my pronunciation, please. Dr. Adego Vigo. It's correct. Now I just slow down. I put pig so I can slow down some more. No. All right. You agree with me that we are doing very well in Nigeria. We should appreciate ourselves. We are doing very well. I believe that if we continue on this pace and are able to train more young engineers, Nigeria will be far, far better 10 years to come in pipeline engineering. But there is something that we think we need to work on. Quality. You as a quality person, what are you expecting to see in pipeline engineering? On one hand, and how safe do you think our pipeline system, how safe are they now? Two questions in one. What quality do you seek? And safety.
Okay, thank you, moderator, sir. I would want to thank the Quick Mother first. She's the one that introduced me actually to this body. And by the way, I work for Renenzas or contracts in Asanot facilities. So I came here based on industry experience and not to represent Renenzas, but I was shocked. I came here and I saw the management of Renaissance. Thank you. Thank you so much. So I was saying that I was going to leave it tomorrow before when I was going to present my paper. But however, because my paper is around these questions, yeah, you just asked now. So what we met, I'm going to be speaking from, I'd worked in Alcon Nigeria Limited as soon as I served in NAPIMS way back in Lagos. So from there I came to Alcon Nigeria Limited when it was formerly with the Italians. Through the then SPDC, now Renaissance, you know, who were the people who are still, I'll say, the champion of local content in country. I must give it to them because I'm a benefactor of that process. So yeah, you went to quality. Now, when I joined Alcon Nigeria Limited, like I said, it was an Italian company. And what I met when I joined them, because that was a particular position that was in the history of the company before it was sold to the blacks, it was sold to a black man. That particular role, the quality manager, is being held by an expatriate because of the delicacy of that particular role, because it's actually the entire value chain, from the selection of your vendors to your materials to the work at the field level to the commissioning to the various tests you carry out. It has to be integrity. So, but if you say Nigeria is doing well, I will say no. Why I say no? currently, like I said, I'm an IPMT QAQC manager for the roads and camp facility, 250 camp facility for the Renaissance plant they are building in Asanot. I know the contractors they brought, because of this local content that we are trying to push. The locals, we have not done well, because what we meant when we came in, we are not actually implementing them, so we must tell ourselves the truth. You find out, like I said, quality starts from selecting the vendors, materials. So you find out that when I go for pre-qualification of vendors and contractors, subcontractors basically, you find out we have this Nigeria inbuilt thing in us. Before you even go there, people would have told the company, the person coming is a tough person, and then you go in there, because I'm a fellow female will come to meet you, want to tell you the husband has no job, your children are home, and with all due respect, the experts that brought me up, they didn't really bring me up in this way. We were brought up, no matter what, you face the square, and that's why you saw that the facilities that were built way back by the experts, the expatriates, where they were much more around, they have really been surviving in terms of quality. But look at the new ones we're building. I was a QHSC manager in the previous company on a facility I wouldn't want to mention, but it was commissioned last year by President. You find out when that plant was commissioned. They've commissioned it according to Nigeria way. But however, we have not even done pre-commissioning when that plant was commissioned. Until today, we are still pre-commissioning and calibrating the valves in that plant. Somewhere still around us or not. So we must tell, like I said, we must tell ourselves the truth. Where the expatriate left us, we're actually going back. And if we must implement what I inherited as an individual from the expatriates, I think we are backwards. So the way forward is to ensure that, the local, this is actually on my paper tomorrow. That's where Koren will call me. By the way, I'm equally with Madam in Koren, in EAC, and Professor Yaku Baba. So we are all members of EAC. So you can find out that from the EAC, we're actually seeing through the schools, we are trying to do what we call the industry and schools balance, because we've identified when our mentors came in. Last 2 weeks I was in Abuja on my time off, I came in. So our mentor was here to kind of see what we have and how to correct it. It's not like we don't know it as Nigeria, but the challenge we have is that we don't want to be truthful to ourselves. And the expatriates who were not Nigerians, they did the job diligently without fear or no favor. As I was sitting here, in my job, there was something that went wrong currently outside now. And I was told that this is something they did, and almost about something close to 200 bags of cement. I told them, remove. Yes, it's hard, but that is the core value of share while I was still at the other side, on the contractor side. So with those things, I was privileged to have been taught by the expatriates. So I feel when we implement them, and with the local content at Koren actually coming in to help us, quality, we Nigerians, I think our neighboring country will not just call us the giants of Africa, they will come and learn from us, and we will ensure the safety of our pipeline facility. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I personally want to deviate from something. Nigeria is doing well. Nigeria is doing well. I'm happy to be a Nigerian. I'm proud to be a Nigerian. And I'm proud of all these people seated here. You are looking at Nigeria with the eye of Holland, America, USA. Look at Nigeria with the eye of a Nigerian. Yes. When Russia and China started, they don't have quality. Now if you go to China, they will tell you which standard, American standard, European standard, or African standard. They will design and give you the standard based on your pocket. When Mr. Maker give us more money, we'll get better products. We have learned a lot today. We cannot exhaust this discussion. We have a lot to discuss, but honestly, the time is not our friend. I was really looking forward to this discussion, and I know that the quality you are talking about, by the time we are able to convert our pipeline into assets and people realize that this is where they will make money, everybody will hold on to it, and they will now be quality conscious and safety conscious. The decade of gas is called to action. The challenges are significant, but the opportunity for economic growth, energy security, industrialization, and environmental improvement are far, far greater. Today, we have discussed and we are optimistic that the vision is achievable, but it demands unwavering political will, collaborative governance, significant investment in technology and people, and a steadfast commitment to seeing that the pipeline as a national asset for the benefit of all Nigerians. The work to build the arteries for Nigerian energy future must begin in earnest, and we must be sincere and honest to allow people to sustain it. By acknowledging and proactively addressing the challenges while strategically seizing the opportunities, we all can ensure that our resources are leveraged effectively for the benefit of all of us, Nigeria. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for listening. We really appreciate all the panelists. So now after you, please. Okay.
And we also ask our VIPs on the white seats to join them for... Yes, they are taking already. Up next to be those on the white seats. Pardon? Yes, after that, the beauty chair will join the center. Jess Lens, are you done? Just Lens, let me know when you're done so that we can go to the next. Okay, please, BO teacher. Just Lens, I'm listening to you. Are you done? Okay, BO teacher, please, in the middle. So please just create space in the middle. Sir, in the middle. Yeah, in the middle, sir. Sorry, ma'am. I think you should join. They've all joined. Yes, please join. Dr. Vincent. You need more women to join? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen. What is it? Yeah, when they come back to us to do it. We'll have question and answers after this. They have questions. You know what? Should we do, you meet them personally and ask the questions? Because of time. Time is already fast spent. What do you say, sir? 10 minutes, okay. 10 minutes means you take just 3 questions. Only 3 questions. You're taking 1? Okay, 1, 2. Okay, are we done? Okay, thank you so much. Please, the event has to come back. Engineer business, what's next again? Okay, please, VIPs, would like you back to your seat so that Thank you, Jace Lens. Thank you so much. You can go back to your seat, sir. We're done with the photos at this point. Ladies and gentlemen, we are done with photos for now. Thank you very, very much. We'd like to go to questions and answers at this point. Ladies and gentlemen, please, VIPs, we want to do questions now, please. Media, are you working with Jens Lens? Engineer Vincent, what's the challenge? Our time is 5:16. Dinner 6:30. Thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to ask a question, let me see your hands up, please. Please, 1, 2. One of you please come out. Is that all? Just 3 questions. That's all. 3. Please, 3 of you please come out. Thank you. The 3 questions are the final questions we have for today. So, please, your question should be as brief as possible. Your name, your organization, and your question in less than 1 minute, please. So, 1, I think 2. Are you the last person, sir? No, it was the last person, sir. 3. Only 3 people. Please come, sir. Please come and stand by him. Who are you pointing it to? Okay, just ask it. Ask it. Then all of them will have answered. Any one of them can just. So this one I said she made him personally. But ask, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, good evening. This is my question. Please permit me to read it out because I wrote it down. The question is, what is being done to strengthen pipeline integrity standards, particularly in the Nigerian aging networks, where corrosion and vandalism are prevalent?
Okay, you can give it to him. Give it to answer.
Okay, so what is being done? What is being done to strengthen pipeline integrity standards, particularly in the Nigerian aging networks where corrosion and vandalism are prevalent? Sorry, let me introduce myself. My name is Engineer Wilson Mwabwe. I'm from the Ministry of Petroleum Resources, Midstream and Downstream Department. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Engineer. I will start from the process, as in before you even take the pipelines or the lines for construction. So there are a series of pipeline qualifications or welders qualifications or procedure qualifications that must first be done. The guys that are going to join the pipes together, now talking about rigid pipelines, have you subjected them through some training, some qualifications, some procedure qualifications that are acceptable by international standards? Right, so there are, specific requirements to be met based on the nature, the material specification of the line pipes that are being joined together. So there's a series of mechanical tests that must be taken, that these pipes must be subjected through. So that is the pipes itself. But what about the individuals, the welders and the fitters that will join them together? You also have a set of rules and qualifications that must be, adhered to. You take them through it, then you bring your testing parameters like your NDT, non-destructive testing. We have a lot of them, but the one that is specified for that project. Once you examine each and every one that has participated in joining those pipelines, and there are parameters they have to meet up with. Once they have met up with that, you can say, well, that's so has passed. So that is the first before we even go into the production of those pipelines. Right, so it is now during the production of the pipelines, the same parameters you have used to test the materials and the individuals, you also use those parameters and bring them to bear to make sure that every joint of pipe that is made passes the standard that the project has specified. So with that one, any pipe that is going into the trench on the seabed have been certified quality-wise. However, post-installation, you have issues with the service, the nature of service. What I mean is hydrocarbon crude oil, or whatever it is that is passing through. If the engineering was not done very well in choosing the type of materials that will carry that service for a number of years, you could see that corrosion can set in earlier than you anticipate. Like a pipeline that has been welded, put on the ground, and only 5 years after installation, you start having corrosion issues. Number one, what was the engineering? How thorough was it? Do we have understanding of the nature of the materials or the service that will pass through it? Because some of these chemicals have abrasive or corrosive effect on the surface of the internals of the pipeline. So we do a lot of robust analysis in choosing the materials of the pipeline and in choosing the length of what that pipeline is and the terrain that it will go, because we want to avoid kickbacks, erosion, and hold-ups inside that pipeline. So if you have done all of that and you are good, you still have issue with corrosion, then other things may have set in, right? There may have been hold-up of water. Water may be retained for a longer time, more than necessary. And that's why most companies today do what is called regular maintenance of those pipelines. They use pig to push out all the retained water just to make sure that internals of the pipeline are free of corrosive agents and they can use them. For vandalism, we have talked about that today. Thank you.
We celebrate our certified experts for taking time to answer the question. So I believe he has answered your questions, right? Perfectly answered. Thank you. Please, your name, organization, and question.
Thank you. My name is Bukar Suleiman. My organization is ABU from the academia. My question goes to Doctor. I'm a statistician by profession. I so much love the passion in expressing how you want to ensure quality, especially in the pipeline and in the industry sector. You have been trained by the expatriates, and you know not only in the industry, this is a challenge that we have across the country. Issue of quality. We compromise quality to the extent that we can no longer manage it. What are you doing as an expert that has been trained by an expatriate abroad to ensure that the larger population in the industry are now benefiting from the dividend of your training? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. One of the things I did, when we did I'm in Nigeria Institution of Facility Management and Engineering. So when we did our AGM last year, the LOC chairman is one engineer, Dennis. So he was the one that introduced me to president of Koren. So when they came to Port Harcourt, Chisau to set up the steering committee for Koren, you know, so they invited me, and I because I realized the gap that is existing, that one, Koren and even NSC, because they are more like the engineering windows, but they might not really understand what's happening in the industry. One, I threw those questions. And then secondly, I realized too, as all of us that are practitioners, engineers, some of us might not be too lucky enough in practice to have been trained by expatriates. Some started with locals. And me, I used to say in my project, when they get me angry, I would not say, thank God it's not black man that taught me that. If it was black man that brought me up in career, my career would have died. Because I used to say that. Because of sometimes they'll press my neck. When I mean press my neck, they'll call you, pressurizing you. But even my bosses that have left the country, they still tell you that I'm proud of you. They will tell you they know what my girl can do. Even if I'm sleepy, you tap me up. So, and then apart from that, whole lot of people, right from my first degree days, and even through president of Koren and the Queen Mother, you know, when you have lot of people, and then again, by extension, the people, my bosses I report to in this, my current job, you find out that even when the pressure is up, they support me. Yes, I'm a lady team lead, who leads almost everybody in the team is older to me. But you see, when the pressure is up, the bosses will show up and they will support me. One, that shows that they support quality, they promote quality. And they tell you quality is the call for the SPDC there, which Renaissance had taken over. So we had, at the beginning when I came into the project, for example, I realized that I saw gap immediately with the contractors. So I just told my boss, I want to make a presentation to the contractors that are handling the road work, because I just knew that they don't understand what the clients expected from them. So I made a presentation to them, 1, 2, then I wrote a whole lot of something like the requirements that we'll be wanting, and this is how we want the project to move. In short, since yesterday I came to Abuja, they've been calling me, even 2 weeks ago while I was in Abuja, so jokingly they were telling me the contractor that come back, come back. So I see that, yes, initially we fought. Initially, even the MDs of the company, they are Lebanese, they fought me, but the then PM, who is like a GM in the project, she's a woman, you know, she came out strongly to support me. And of course, the leadership, the functional leadership of Renaissance that I report to, they came to support me. And that gives me it gave me the push to continue. And along the chain, we have, for the contractor now, the people who practice the quality, I tell them that I understand because I've been at the other part. Most time when you want to do this quality, your bosses, you know there's always construction fights and quality. I said, don't worry, just report to me. I know how to manage it. So these are the way I encourage them, and these are the way I teach them. And then when I see that whatever they are doing is not okay, I will tell them, no, you do it like that. I do a lot of teaching more than doing the job. And then when I came into EAC, the Queen Mother can testify to that. We fought a lot. And then when I see our document, I will say, no, Korean cannot be a regulator, and their documents are like this. No, I will tell you, no, this is not how the industry does it, and co. So, gradually, we are going there. And when she introduced me to this forum, initially I told them I won't be able to make it. I won't come. But I just felt, when we go to forums like this, I will allow to speak like this. You preach the quality, the project where you are engaged, and then I must give credit to the NCDMB. They do this, they bring, programs that train young engineers. I think that should be, tomorrow during my presentation, I think some of these things will be highlighted on my presentation. But so far, I know for everywhere I had worked, I have been an ambassador of quality, and I ensure that, yes, it might be difficult at the beginning, but at the end, even the contractor, when he sees the quality of what he or she has produced, they will be happy. Thank you.
That was a seminar in form of question answering. Tomorrow you listen to her and we're done. The last person was at the back. The last person, okay, please. The last question for today.
Okay, thank you, the presenter and other members. From the topic, we are talking about building robust pipeline systems. And from what I see, most of the pipeline we discussed are the major backbone pipelines. I want to ask, what plans are we making to secure right-of-way for most feeder pipelines? Because I work in an industry where we deliver last-mile power. And the challenge we're having in Nigeria today is that there are no right-of-ways to get our products to the customer due to unchecked industrialization expansion. So what plan are we making now to secure right-of-way for the future pipelines that are going to deliver this gas to most of the users in Nigeria? Thank you.
You want to answer the question? Please come and answer the question. Okay, NGIC, Nigerian Gas Infrastructure. Thank you. You're the best fit for this question. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for that question. For us in NGIC, we are looking at the major trunk. So we are actually not doing the business of feeder lines. But you raise a very fundamental question, which is, what are we doing? We have secured right-of-way for most of our plants. There's a gas master plan for Nigeria. So people need to tap in. I said that while I was speaking earlier, that it's important what we are doing today. What this association is doing will go a long way. We need to bring more people into this fold. We need to see this pipeline as a business. Most of the people that have spoke on the lines of being a contractor to a client. Do you understand? They are not running it as a business. So we need to come together. We need to form partnerships. We need to embed models that will ensure that people can collaborate within the industry and be able to do things. We are looking at shippers. The value chain is long. Unfortunately, because of the capital nature of this industry, midstream has a very long gestation period. So oftentimes you don't see people coming into this business most of the time. It's often maybe government. We have not talked about the midstream and downstream gas investment fund. This is provided in the PIA. Individuals can approach, the authority and ensure that we have a bankable project that can run, through the course of time. So we need to start looking at business opportunities because there are a lot of them across the value chain. So that is just my contribution. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry ma'am, we are done with questions. Should we allow her ask the last question as the only woman? The eyes have it. Please ma'am, celebrate her please. Thank you. Just because you need a female voice in asking question. And please, this is the last question. Your name, your organization, and who you would like to ask question to.
Okay, so my name is Abimbola Braimo. I work for NMDPRA. I'm not asking a question actually. I wanted to add to what the man from NGIC. Okay, so for right of way, presently, for developed areas, for instance, Lagos State. Lagos State is a developed community already. So you're not going to have right of ways that are going to be peculiar to only gas operators. So co-location of assets is what happens now. The telecommunications will use the same right of ways as electricity operators, as your own gas infrastructure. So what we're trying to do as an organization is to ensure that before your assets are built, where someone else has built his assets, or for instance, if there was a gas pipeline there and a telecommunication line is supposed to pass through that place, you're supposed to inform us before you go lay the cable, and that comes to collaboration. So you're not going to have a right of way that is going to be exclusively for you. For the likes of NNPC that has built their assets for a very long time now, yes, they enjoy that privilege. But going forward, it's a community that has everybody participating, and we are going to have to accommodate everybody. Thank you.
Awesome. Everything boils down to collaboration. Ladies and gentlemen, you've come to the end of today's session. Kindly be informed that we have our dinner by 6:30 at room 4, and of course it's sponsored by Umuni. Ladies and gentlemen, so please come back in the evening dressed amazing. Is here now. Please, I sincerely apologize for the mix-up in information. The dinner is in this venue by 6:30. The dinner is in this venue by 6:30. Can you give yourself a round of applause by being phenomenal today? And of course, tomorrow by 9 a.m. My name is Ofofonono Akpan. My pleasure as always to serve as your master of ceremonies. See you by 6:30 today. Bye for now. Over to you, superstar technical team. Dinner. And then by your right, come with her. Okay, two ladies, come. Let's see you. My name is Ofofonono. My pleasure it is to serve as the master of ceremonies for the next 2 days of this conference. Ladies and gentlemen, please can we celebrate these amazing young professionals? Celebrate them, please. Wait. Let's hear you. Stand there. We're going to admire them. Let's see your outfits. I'm going to call the lady first and then the gentleman later. What's your name? Priscilla. Ladies and gentlemen, you can talk to me. Let's see your outfits. It's a dinner event. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Priscilla. Yeah, I like the energy. Show them. So how do you feel being part of this amazing community. And what did you learn in today's event for the past week? Just say something. Let's hear your point of view.
Okay, good evening, everybody. My name is Priscilla Adiku. I'm really very excited to be here. I mean, I count it a privilege to be a part of this very people that are advanced in knowledge, and it's just really transformational for me because I get to interface with people, men and women, especially that has gone before us, and it's just very beautiful to see. And also the fact that there's a future for me as a young female engineer in this room. So thank you so much. It's been very transformational.
Are you done with school yet?
Yes.
What are you doing?
So I'm
going to ask you to make a request. Okay. So you say you're done with school. You're doing what you're doing?
okay. So I'm done with school. I'm actually about to go for my NYSC. That's the phase that I am alongside other things that I do. But currently, the phase that I'm in is I'm awaiting my National Youth Service Corps.
So my distinguished VIPs, in short, she wants to do her NYC in Abuja, right?
I actually want to do my NYC in Lagos, and particularly my desire is to serve in an oil and gas firm, which is why I'm here today.
Okay, now she's shooting a shot to our gas. Our gas, she's saying that she wants to do her NYC with one of your companies, either in Lagos or any part of Nigeria. So now this is a pitch for you. Talk to the plan president so that he can give you connection. That's the connection about the talk. Let's say you, in 1 minute, you have the opportunity.
Good evening, sir. My name is Priscilla Adiku. I am actually from an electrical and electronics engineering background, but I have over time grown the interest in the energy sector, which I started to design my roadmap to commence my career as an oil and gas engineer by I believe that the entry point for me is through NYSC, and I plan to show up and show up well so that when I begin to serve, I would get a possible retainment and then build my career from there. So I'm here to network, meet people, and possibly I'm very open to everything that can happen, and I'm very positive to getting the best out of this conference today. Thank you.
Plan President is allowed, right? Thank you. Got me Plan President privately. He has given you a go ahead. Please give a round of applause, please, because she has her intern already. If you agree, she get your intern. Say aye. The eyes have it. Ladies and gentlemen, the gentleman, let's see you bounce like a billionaire in the oil and gas game. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. Whoa, fine boy. What is your name, sir?
Good evening. My name is Oklo Jefta. I'm a graduate of Mechanical Engineering, Federal University of Agriculture, Makurdi.
He just told me you're one of the mentees with this company was working for 10 years, right? So tell me how your experience working with them, and are they doing well? Are they treating you well?
Well, I just got started with them, but so far so good. It's been welcoming. The reception has been nice and eye-opening. That's what I'll say.
Thank you. So you have any request like the girl did? Give your request.
All right, we both graduated from the same university, and we are both vying for opportunities in the oil and gas sector in Nigeria and beyond, because we have both sat down to see like it says, the decade of gas in the country. We are seeing opportunities that can come into the country, having looked at what is going on outside and how we can replicate it here in the country. Although we know that the country is still growing in these sectors, even though we say majorly our economy is standing due to oil and gas, but the country is still growing in oil and gas sector, and that gives plenty of room for most of us young graduates to grow in this sector as the economy continues to grow. So we're looking for placements in the National Youth Service where we can expand our horizon as well as get enough knowledge in the sector as we grow our career in the sector. Thank you very much.
If you agree that he should get an employment NYC from one of our VIPs, say aye. The ayes have it. So both of you, I give the permission to go and network with the plan president, and of course, God is going to answer your prayers today. Please, you can go back to your seats. Your Excellencies, very distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, to kickstart this event, we'd like to have the opening remarks of this dinner. Please help me welcome our Plan Presidents, the Chairman, Board of Trustees of Plan, and the GCU of BG Technical Limited, Engineer Jeff Onoha, FNSC, as he comes for his opening remarks. Please celebrate him as he comes forward to steer us into the celebration for Omogini. Please keep celebrating him, keep celebrating him, keep celebrating him.
Thank you very much. The young man who speaks well, looks well, dresses well, and manages the crowd well. We're happy to have you. Good evening, everybody. And I said, good evening, the birthday company, or the birthday men and women of Umugini. How are you? Where are they? Hey, Umugini, where are you people? Okay, we are so happy to have you, and we are so happy to have all of you. Thank you so much. After such a long, fruitful, and engaging afternoon, to have all of you stay here. I've had good feedback from different people. It's been an interesting day, a very well done day, very professional day. And all the people who are actually hands-on, people who are hands-on in this industry, they are here, they were here. The technical people, the engineers, the CEO, all the kind of different people. So we are so happy to have you. And we want to thank all our sponsors, all the people who have made this event happen. I cannot stand here now and name all the companies, but you see their names on the banner if they are not close. But they are really, all of them are here. But I know our special mention went to Renaissance, Oilserve, and some others who have been with us every year, including BG Technical. I shouldn't discountenance them. And a special welcome and a special appreciation to Umugini for kind of celebrating their birthday with us. They could have chosen any place to do it, but this night they are buying us dinner and buying us drink. The only thing is I haven't seen some wine and some champagne to toast with, so we should send a message to upgrade that one. But we are so happy, and thank you. Let's enjoy with them, feel happy, and come back tomorrow because the event is not finished. And use the opportunity to mingle and get to know people. And for our young professionals, you're welcome. You're in great company. You're starting well. Really give them a hand of applause. I want to assure you, in all our companies, including mine, there are so many young people like you, and we love them. We love those who are smart, eager, inquisitive, ready to learn, because they are the future. They are the future, and it's amazing what some of those guys are doing in different companies. Okay, thank you all, and enjoy the rest of the evening, and have a really great time. And let's see you tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, our Plan President has just opened the floor for maximum entertainment, courtesy Omogini. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll switch gears to the very next item on our agenda, which of course is the company introduction and the brief talk about Omogini Pipeline. Ladies and gentlemen, to speak about this company from inception till date is no other than one of theirs. Please help me welcome Doris Kumolafe as she comes forward to do this introduction. And as Doris is coming out, Doris, you're coming with the spirit of celebration and energy. Please keep celebrating Doris, please. Thank you, DJ. Thank you, DJ. So, Doris, how excited are you about your company? In one word.
Extremely excited.
Extremely excited. DJ, you're going to give me something very soft. Let me see how she's going to shake her body before she speaks. Now, because President has given me the authority, before you get the mic from me, you must shake your body small before you speak. Do you agree? Say aye. The eyes have it. DJ, give us a realistic vibe. I'm from the company. Let's see you. One time. Hey. What? Oh yeah now. She's a better dancer, right? Doris. One time. Kill. Did you do well? So at the end of the contest, we will find out the best dancer. So start racing from now. Thank you, ma'am. Over to you.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. It's a great pleasure hosting this dinner this year. We welcome everyone to this wonderful occasion. I want to talk about how this Umugini started, the project. Umusadege to Eremu 12 by 51 kilometer pipeline. It all started out of the opportunity to provide an alternative and a supplementary line for our oil and gas producers in the OMM 56 area in Delta State. Before now, they've been using just the NIROC brass terminal axis, and to ensure that they stop defilement and to handle their stabilized crude, they have to come with this Umugini pipeline alternative line for the users. The objective is to ensure that they are able to transport the additional crude that they are producing from the group gathering area in the OMF 56. The pipeline was constructed, we all started the key activities in year 2012. We did the front-end engineering activities. We did the approval engineering design, and we achieved all these approval in 2012. In 2013, we started the construction work. OilServe is the one that constructed the pipeline, in addition with Zenergy that did the technology attached to the project. We have about a total of 17 contractors that did this project. And in 2014, we were able to have the first operation. We were able to introduce hydrocarbon to the pipeline. And in 2015, we started the operation fully. And here we are 10 years after the construction. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Doris Kumolave. I'm going to ask a quick question for what she said. She said 2 companies had worked with them in construction and the technology. They are indigenous companies. Can I have someone that can give us the name? The name of one is what? OilServe. And the last one is what? Zenergy, right? Please give her a round of applause. So, Zenergy. Am I wrong? Wasn't that what you said? Zenergy, right? Yes, so OilServe and Zenergy are the companies that she has said the company had worked with. Ladies and gentlemen, please, once again, can we give them another round of applause for patronizing indigenous companies in all of their activities. We'll switch gears immediately to the very next personality who will speak on their operations, how they have been able to manage pipeline. Ladies and gentlemen, the first gentleman that will speak for this company, help me welcome Olamide Banjo. Please celebrate him. DJ, please cue one better Afrobeat song for him. Let me see you. Olamide, one time. What's I? Are you saying I'm dancing already? Eh? What? First one dance now. What? Say it. Say it. What? Olamide, what's I? Are you serious? Killer DJ. Who did it better, Olamide or Doris? Doris or Olamide? At the end, we bring two of them on stage to know the better dancer. Over to you, sir.
Well, let me stand on the existing protocol. I really want to appreciate everyone who is here with us in this gathering. It's quite interesting for me to be here to talk about all what we have done so far in Umugini pipeline. My role, let me start with my role. My role as operation and maintenance and operations superintendent started over 12 years ago during the construction. However, we have gone through a lot. When I say we have gone through a lot, I mean we have gone through a lot. What did we do differently? We have a pipeline traversing from Umusadege to Eremu. And you keep wondering, how did we get the name Umugini? There's a place in Delta from Ogini. The initial plan was to have the pipeline from Umusadege to Ogini. However, we ran the pipeline from Umusadege to Eremu. That makes it about 51.4 kilometers. If I have anybody from NUPRC here, you will hear OML 56, maybe during reconciliation, OML 56, OML 56. What did we do differently? We have a latch unit, the first to have a running latch unit in the whole of Nigeria, operational latch units with a Corollis meter. Please give us a round of applause. And ever since then, all our allocation, crude allocation, we've never had any point or any time that we have been penalized because our latch unit was certified. We brought a standard way back then to DPR. It was DPR that certified the latch unit with Corollis meter and a G-Scoot auto sampler. We started with Corollis auto sampler as at that time, years back, and every other injector across board emulated us and they started using that. One of the great things that we did, it wasn't easy as I would say, because we had to go through a lot to get our Corollis certified, to get the latch unit certified, to get the auto sampler certified by NUPRC. At a point in time we were working with NUPRC, then later we move on to work with NMDPRA because of the change in authorization and where you have to be. So yes, during the time that we have that during the time that we have the Corollis, I want to talk about just the facility. It's one of the best facility. You will imagine that we're all Nigerians. We don't have anybody running the facility as a white person. All of us are just basically Nigerians. What we have done differently, like I said, is to ensure that standards are being met. Integrity, standard, and other things that we did makes us shine among all other companies in that zone. Looking at today, being 10 years that we are here today, we've done this for 10 years and we've done it excellently well, operationally well, and we have a lot to celebrate amongst ourselves. Amongst ourselves as a unit, as a unit from Midwestern. The company actually is a brother and sister company to Midwestern Oil and Gas. So if you hear OML 56, the team working on that is the Homogeny Pipeline Infrastructure Limited. I really want to appreciate everyone for coming here to celebrate with us, to be here today, and a lot of things that we have done that we are doing well and will continue to do very well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Olamide Banjo. Please celebrate him once again for sharing a brief insight on how they have managed the pipeline right from inception. Your Excellencies, very distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to switch gears to the very next who would tell us about partnership and new business opportunities. Of course, at 10 years, the growth continues. And we know that growth is fueled by strategic partnerships. Of course, to share this future pathway, their collaboration opportunities, and their expansive outlooks, please help me welcome Mr. Okeogene Ogbehe as he comes to give us a forward-thinking approach to partnerships for the organization. Please celebrate him. Please celebrate him, please. Do better. And as usual, DJ, help us. Must he dance, yes or no? Kill him face, kill him. Sir, I'm not the one that will say no. If you tell me no, he will not dance. Should he dance, yes or no? You say yes. Please come back here, sir. With all due respect, sir. Anything, just do anything, sir. Okay now. Shake it. Shake it. I like that. Big man dance. Odogu dance. Wu-Tai. Do like this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Celebrate him, please. Celebrate him.
Dancing is not my thing, don't mind him. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you once more again for all of you that have gathered here tonight to go to celebrate Umugini. So I'll be talking about partnerships and new businesses. As you are aware, today we'll be celebrating 10 years of being one of the most forward-thinking company in the pipeline business. And we try to call ourselves, in this decade of lasting progress, we believe that we're one of the companies that have really made a difference. And the opportunity that the industry has given to us has helped us. So in the last 10 years, what we have done is that the western part of Nigeria, we've been able to unlock value, helping about 5 marginal fuel operating companies to be successful today, the likes of Midwestern, Energia, Chorus, Platform, and Pillar. And what that means is that we've been able to harness and demonstrate our ability as a pipeline company. So what we intend to do now is to move to the eastern part of Nigeria. As you are aware, there's a lot of challenges when it comes to crude evacuation, gas evacuation, ensuring that part of Nigeria is doing very well. And that's what we are facing at the moment. So in getting to do that, we believe that partnerships is the way to go. And we're actually open to new businesses. So my job here is to talk to everyone, also to stretch our hands, also to let you guys know that what we've done in the West, we're happy to replicate that again. We're looking at several other opportunities at the moment, the likes of FSO opportunities, the likes of pipeline opportunities, the like of building gas lines again in collaboration. And the model we believe that we have run in the last 10 years that we want to also replicate is the one of aggregation, the one where we collaborate with operators that are found in a particular locality. So what we believe is we get your products and use trunk line to bring it to a central point and then get that to a terminal, as the case may be. So that is what we're advocating, and one of the stories we want to tell today, that in the next 10 years, in the next 5 years, we are looking to build new infrastructure. Again, one of the things we talked about, building robust pipelines. And we are already on that forefront to see how we can, step into that space, build new gas lines to help strengthen the decade of gas as we go ahead. So again, we're open to partnerships. The conversation on that table, meet myself, I'm head of business development. We're headed to start those conversations and see how we can improve, increase the gas utilization in Nigeria, to increase our export for crude as well. And again, just like I mentioned, meet me on that side and we'll have those conversations. Once more, I want to thank everyone for making themselves available here, and we are open to more business and more partnerships. Thanks very much.
Thank you so much. He said he is not a good dancer, but when it comes to business and partnerships, he's ready to help you make money. I know you want to make money, right? So he's a man you should go speak to before the conference is over. Ladies and gentlemen, we will take a few goodwill messages from some of our guests. So if you know you would like to give a goodwill message for the organization, I would like to see your hands up, and then I'll come to you for your goodwill message. But before that, please give me the microphone. I want to play a little game with my friends in the audience. So I'm going to come to your table. Now give me the person you feel is the most intelligent person on your table. When I come to your table, I'll ask you a few questions and I'll see how well you can represent your table. Celebrate Dr. Vincent, Program Director. We see you, sir. Welcome. We celebrate you, sir. Okay. Let me hear the mic. Say. 1, 2, 1, 2. How do you want it?
Okay. This mic. Okay, give me someone on this table. Let me see. Let's on this table. Someone against one. Someone points you, sir. Can you stand up, sir? Stand up, sir. Thanks, sir.
Okay. So you want to see how well you can represent your table. Table members, give him a round of applause now. Boost his ego. So I'm going to ask you a few questions. Just answer the question. No wasting of time. No doing You answer immediately. You follow? I have 30 questions. I want to see how many you can answer over 30. You could do 1 over 30, not bad. You could do 20 over 30, not bad. What is your name? So don't start with your name. Don't mention your name. Just one name. What is your name? No name for my name. Just your name. Uchendu. What is your name? Name a politician's name. Any politician's name. So you see, they're asking for you. No wasting of time. Now they are very simple questions. Someone else want to help him. They are very simple questions. You want to try again? So because I've given him second chance, I'll give all the tables second chance. What is your name? A politician's name in Nigeria. Any female Igbo name. A Nigerian soup. A channel on DSTV. A state university in Nigeria. What did I say? She heard me. Did you hear me? State university in Nigeria. Sorry, so you have to hear me well. A state university in Nigeria. 5 over 30. Oh yeah, this table. Let me see who can try. This table. Who wants to try? This table. You want to try, sir? I'll give it to him. Okay, sir. Let's see. If you know you can get 30 over 30, let me see you. What is your name? A popular blog in Nigeria. Good. Please, no helping of him. Sir, you answer as fast as possible. No wasting of time. Don't listen to them first. Yes. A popular blog in Nigeria. A politician's name. A private university in Nigeria. A female Igbo name. A Nigerian soup. Sorry. Bye-bye. Who wants to try here? Second chance. Last chance. What is your name? A Christian book in the Bible. A state capital in Nigeria. The name of the wife to Goodluck Jonathan. Oh, give me. Did you hear my question? Okay, let me see. Nobody has gotten up to 10 over 30 here. What is happening, plan? What is your name? Please, one house. What is your name? A state university. This is your last chance. Listen to me. Don't talk to anybody. This is your last chance, actually. What is your name? A popular blog in Nigeria. A politician's name in Nigeria. A private university in Nigeria. A female Igbo name. An odd number above 50. So nobody here can guess my question. No. Plan. Let me come to the VIP table. Oh my God. What is your name, sir? Your name, sir, please. Please, your name, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, please can you give me a round of applause? Make him feel good. Okay. 2 chances as well. What is your name? A popular blog in Nigeria. A politician's name. A private university in Nigeria. A female Igbo name. An even number below 20. In Nigeria, below 20. Final round. You tried, you got 10 over 30, the highest so far. Are you ready now, sir? The last round. A popular blog in Nigeria. A politician's name. A female Christian name in the Bible. The president before Goodluck Jonathan. Hey. You try. Celebration, please. No, you wasting your time. So if you waste time, you are disqualified. Are you sure you can get more than 10? He got 10. Oh, he's the highest man so far. What is your name? A popular blog in Nigeria. A politician's name. A private university in Nigeria. A female Igbo name. An odd number above 50. The year Nigeria was amalgamated. The year Nigeria gained independence. A street name in Abuja. He wasted time. Somebody say Gimbia before you answered. Your last chance. If anybody should answer before you have wasted time. Your last chance. Are you ready? What is your name? A Christian book in the Bible. A Nigerian movie actress. Does it mean that nobody here? You want to try? Okay. So I'm coming to this table. You guys must try too. Okay. Are you ready? Please be loud and audible. One house. Yes. What is your name? A controversial social media celebrity. A car brand. A state university in Nigeria. The year Nigeria gained independence. A state in northern Nigeria. A state in south Nigeria. Capital of Lagos State. A fruit. Capital of Lagos State. Ikeja. She got 11 over 30. Make some noise. You're the highest so far. Here's somebody else. You want to try? Let me see. Okay, sir. Nobody has gotten up to 30 over 30. Hey, what is happening? I trust you guys right now. What is your name? Can you give him a round of applause, please? That is not in. I know Ginger now. Ginger Emmanuel. Now say Emmanuel. Emmanuel, no for my hands. So, what is your name? Which company are we celebrating today? A channel on DSTV. No M. The rules of the game, no M. No waste of time. So this is your last round. One round gone. What is your name? The year Nigeria gained independence. A street name in Abuja. A popular fast food brand in Nigeria. An Igbo musician. Any currency you know. Any alcoholic drink you know. A Muslim celebration. A Christian celebration. A Nigerian political party. A rainbow color. A number above 20. Sorry. She hate me. Oh God, disqualified. Did you not hear me? What did I say?
A number above 20.
Somebody hate me. So she hate me. Disqualified. Oh, welcome sir. I celebrate you. Please celebrate our CEO and MD, the man that has led this country for 10 years. Welcome sir. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we should wrap up the game. All of you have followed my hands. Sorry, all of you have followed my hands. Is there anyone that wants to try again? Anyone wants to try again? The last man I want to try. Okay. Who wants to try? Ladies and Oga Eloho, please. The mic is yours, sir. Okay. You want to try? Okay, I'll come back there. What is your... So the rules of the game. Don't waste time. Don't say just answer immediately. What is your name? Are you hearing him? Be loud so that he can hear you. What is your name? A popular blog in Nigeria, a politician's name in Nigeria, an even number below 20. Thank you. Even numbers, sir. Okay, last chance. Okay. The white piece. I'm coming back to the white piece. Let me get this table. One person, please. Okay. The last table will be the white piece. All the white pieces that want to try it, come on stage. What is your name? A popular blog in Nigeria, a politician's name, a Nigerian TV station, a state capital in Nigeria, a Nigerian movie actress. Where's the time? Regina Daniel. Okay, last chance. What is your name? Thank you. What is your name? A popular blog in Nigeria, an actress name, a Christian book in the Bible, a controversial social media celebrity. Name any Super Eagle players you know. The wife to Goodluck Jonathan, the president before Goodluck Jonathan. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Where's the white piece? Okay, the white piece. Now this is the last chance. And after this, ladies and gentlemen, we will accept good real messages. White piece, where are you? You want to try, yeah? She's not ready now. You want to try? Okay. You are a young chap. Our daddies could not try because they are not that trendy. I feel you should get at least 20. Now, what is your name? A popular blog in Nigeria, a politician's name, a private university in Nigeria. She even got lower than our guys. 3/30. I bet she should get even below 3 now. What is your name? A female Christian book in the Bible, a Nigerian TV station. Give me now, you will say time now. So the rule of the game is don't waste time. Somebody can say before you answer, you were slow. Yeah, someone said before you answered. We are done. Thank you. Can you give yourself a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? You're all amazing. You're all phenomenal. And I trust you that with time, you can always answer more of this with more engagement. Ladies and gentlemen, are you enjoying yourself? Are you having fun? If you're doing, please give our company celebrating 10 years of excellence a round of applause. We are now accepting goodwill messages. And after the goodwill messages, we'll cut this beautiful cake. And after we are done cutting the beautiful cake, we'll have dinner. When we come back, our CEO will give the vote of thanks and the final word for today. Ladies and gentlemen, to give the very first goodwill message, I'd like to welcome a woman of capacity. Please help me welcome Dr. Felicia Agubata as she comes forward to give us a goodwill message on behalf of the organization, please. She stepped out. Okay, so you know what? We are going to come to every table again. And all the tables, we need one person to give a goodwill message to the organization. So I'm going to start with a VIP table, Engineer Aloho. Please, you do it on behalf of Plan. Please celebrate him as he comes forward to give a goodwill message to Mogini. Celebrate him, please. Thank you. Please celebrate him, please. He gives the first goodwill message for today. Thank you. Who knows, if you give a goodwill message, you get a discount of their services.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. It's actually a pleasure to be with all of you tonight, celebrating Umugini 10 years anniversary. Okay, so for Umugini, I think I heard the name first last year when we had, this conference. And for me, they are not our competitors because they started, something that no one has done, something that we never thought of. And, we give them credit for that because they are doing it very well. It's a service that if actually the entire network of producing companies key into that program, they don't have the headache of maintaining their pipelines again because someone is taking that responsibility off their neck. So I wish them all the best. It's a great company, it's a great initiative, great idea, and I believe they are doing what they know how to do best. Umugini, congratulations on your 10 years anniversary. It's packed full of, success stories, and we are proud to have you, doing what you alone can do. I believe, like I said, you are not a competitor to Amelin, You are doing your own thing. Please keep it up, and I look forward to seeing you again next year. Probably you're going to host us again next year. Next year, 11th birthday. We look forward to that, and to be a better and, more achievement for you as well. I believe this platform will take you to greater heights. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you, a Plan BOT member, for that very thoughtful well-wish to Umugini. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, we called her earlier on to give the very next goodwill message. Help me welcome Dr. Felicia Agubata, as she also comes to give a goodwill message to Umugini. Please celebrate her. Thank you. Celebrate her, please. And up next, we need an exhibitor to give a goodwill message after Dr. Felicia. Please celebrate her. Dr. Felicia, please come that way, come that way, come that way. Let's see how beautiful you look. DJ, please, she's going to dance for us more. But before that, let's see her. So, ma'am, you wait there. Just hold on, ma. Hold on. You will not dance. You will not dance, ma. I promise you. But if they say you dance, you dance too. Okay, thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I want to congratulate Umugini Pipeline Infrastructure Limited on their 10th year anniversary. I wish you many more years, more projects, more development, because I know you bring a lot to the table in the country. And for all your staff who have stood by the company these past 10 years, I wish you all the best. I want to also congratulate all of you. And for Plan, under whose platform we are celebrating your 10 years, we say more success to Plan and more success to all of us. Thank you all, and may God bless you all.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for that goodwill message. Ladies and gentlemen, and the last goodwill message for today will come from the academia. Please help me welcome our moderator by excellence, Professor Olusegun Ayola Ajayi, FNSS, as he gives the final goodwill message for today before we head for dinner. Please celebrate him better, please. Celebrate him better.
My little knowledge of the Bible says the little shall become big. Last year, we could count the number of people who are here. Today, we are looking for more seats. And I'm sure next year, Continental Hotel will not be able to contain all of us. Umugini, thank you so much. I really want to know the meaning of Umugini. Maybe we'll have to discuss that. But we appreciate you, we thank you, and we celebrate you. And we're happy that you have invited us to actually rejoice with you. And I pray that other companies who are also indigenous will also have more reason to also rejoice with us in Plan. To all the executive of Plan, we are really very grateful and I appreciate what you are doing. teaching us. Each time I come here, I discover that transfer phenomenon is nothing about transfer phenomenon when I see pipe technology. I'm a chemical engineer. I teach transfer phenomenon, unit operation. And each time I come here, I go back to my base crazy with knowledge. So please plan, we appreciate you. And we pray that God will continue to be with all of us as we finish tomorrow and go back to our various destinations. Thank you and remain blessed.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, DJ. And now, Your Excellencies, it's celebration time. It's time for us to cut the 10th anniversary cake. And after we are done cutting the 10th anniversary cake, all of the VIPs that will cut the cake will head over first to get food. And after that, all of the other delegates will follow shortly. And ladies and gentlemen, to lead in the cutting of the 10th anniversary cake is no other than the Chief Executive Officer and Managing Director of this branch that has celebrated 10 years of excellence. Please help me welcome Engineer Adechi Omotosho Oboro. Please celebrate him as he comes forward to lead us in the cutting of the anniversary cake. Then after that, he'll lead us to dinner sponsored still by him. Okay, down here, sir. Thank you. Celebrate him, please. If you want to enjoy this cake, celebrate him, please.
Thank you very much. Tonight is not about speeches. I'll just make some comments. I remembered when Olamide was making comments about Corollis meter, and I noticed at this table they were saying that I don't think they were the first. You understand? Corollis meter has been used somewhere, and I remember that I was probably one of the first people that used Corollis meters at Imuriba when I was in SPDC. However, it was not a custody transfer. SPDC refused. And NUPRC, remember the DPR then, never wanted to take Coriolis as a cross-custody transfer up until Umugini. So that's the difference. With SPDC, it was there. However, it was not a custody transfer. At least I hope I share some light on that. Yeah, that makes sense to everyone. Up until we had to do it our way. So can we just clap? At least now, it makes sense. So, again, I want to thank everyone. It's been a pleasure. I know that I became the MD maybe 2 years ago, and I had an MD that he had run this. So I also will always celebrate Dr. Blessing Ayimeri. He ran this for like 8 years up until the time I came in. And it's been a wonderful time because I came in from the sister company, Midwestern Group, and I now took over. So I knew everything, like I said. We were the ones that were running the operations up on the time I took it. So it was easy to just transit easily. And it's been a journey. Like Oke said, we've done the crude when it comes to the West. What happens to the East? There are too many opportunities. There are so many started. Many companies, I'll tell you today, have briefcases as their OMLs, you understand? They don't know how to start because of evacuation issues. And what we are just saying out there is that there are opportunities. We would look at it. We are looking at an opportunity for like a 60 or 70 kilometer pipeline somewhere in the east somewhere. I don't want to mention names, you understand? But we are doing the feasibility studies now. We are looking around the corridors there to see everybody from 500 barrels to 1,000 barrels and see how we can put it together and push it in. I know first thing everybody will tell me that, security in core. Let me use that word Yoruba says, in core. We talked about the security, and we've achieved it with the West, and I believe with the East we'll also achieve it. Yeah? So that's a challenge. If you do not want to go into this business is about big risk. You take big risk and you get big reward. That's what it is. And you go there with your eyes open. And we think that with Umugini we have our eyes open. With these experiences are there challenges? There are challenges. But host communities, we believe that they will always help us in getting these things done. Again, I want to thank everybody. 10 years. Well, 10 years for me is like, does it look like so many people are celebrating so many other things, but 10 years we want to celebrate. but we are looking forward to many, many more celebrations, many, many more collaborations with so many other companies so that we can move this country forward. Thank you very much, and may God bless everyone. Thank you. So without wasting, I think we're going to cut the cake now, I guess, or what do we do?
The documentary breakfast of the cake.
Oh, wow. Okay. Umugini, you want to steal all the show today?
So please, media, let's have the documentary, then we cut the cake, please.
Across Nigeria. In the heart of the Niger Delta, Umugini Pipeline Infrastructure Limited, (IPIL), formerly known as Umugini Asset Company Limited, emerged, driven by purpose and performance, with a dream to become the leading hydrocarbon transport company in Nigeria. Incorporated in 2011 and commenced operations shortly after, UPIL was established to bridge a critical gap in the hydrocarbon evacuation space from oil fields in PML 22, previously OML 56 area, to the Fakado export terminal. What began as an idea soon became a vital energy infrastructure, one that powers productivity, supports national growth, and connects local people to global opportunities. Over the past decade, UPIL has consistently demonstrated excellence in pipeline operation, maintenance, and integrity management, transporting over 60 million barrels of crude oil across multiple operators safely and efficiently, ensuring that the previous experienced downturn in hydrocarbon exports became a thing of the past. With an annual uptime of over 92%, UPIL has built a strong reputation for reliability in an industry where every second counts. Our reliability is not by chance, rather it is built on our core values, which are transparency, value creation, accountability, integrity, and respect. Our people remain the backbone of our success, from the engineers, operators, administrators, to our host community partners, all working together with one mission to move energy safely and sustainably. Beyond the pipelines, UPIL's impact flows deeper through our corporate social responsibility programs. We've supported over 20,000 beneficiaries, investing in education, healthcare, and community development, because we understand that progress is most meaningful when shared. Safety remains our top priority. Since inception, we have continued to uphold the highest industry standards in hydrocarbon transportation and storage, ensuring that every barrel transported reflects our commitment to operational excellence. Today, as we mark a decade of resilience, innovation, and impact, we celebrate the people and partnerships that have made this journey possible. 10 years of growth, 10 years of progress, 10 years of powering the future.
I will now end up with what the question on everybody's mouth lips. Where did we get the name Umugini from? Now, I came in last night from Canada, and snow just dropped, you understand? So it means that the issue that we have is that when we want sun in Nigeria, in the tropics and cool, you get the sun. When you want the rain, you understand, you get it you know when it will come, you understand? However, when you go there, because of the kind of terrain that they have, it makes them think more. I hope you understand where I'm going to. when we want, you will find out that the rains and the sun and this thing be so easy for us, and it makes us, maybe in Africa, makes us a little bit lazy. And that's what Umugini taught us a lesson. We went into a contract with SPDC as Midwestern, and we only said we were going to transport crude oil from a place called Umusadige to a place called Ogini. However, Midwestern SPDC knew that they were divesting. But that's part of the story they never told us. You understand? And we went into that thing, you know, and the initial plan was to run the pipeline as easy for Umusadege in Kwale up until Ogini, and they would take the oil through the Shell SPDC line. But by the time we started, we found out that Ogini was not SPDC anymore. Everything has been divested. And at that point, you now find out how do you now make money? So that is why we had to start looking for another avenue. So what it means is that it took us out of our comfort zone. That's what I'm going to. And that's why we moved it all the way from Ogini to a place called Eremu. That's why we now have lacked in it. And that's why we had Umusadege in Kwale. That's the Umu. To Ogini. Then we remove the O. That's why I have Umu Guinea. Thank you.
That's really smart and brain work. Creating lemonades out of lemons. Can you give him another round of applause for that very strategic naming? Ladies and gentlemen, should we eat first, then we come back and cut the cake? I see we are really, really hungry. So please, VIPs, would like you to start first. Plan President, please lead the table to the dinner point. And then MD, please lead your team. And after that, other delegates can kindly join and get their lunch. After this first table, and then this should be the third VIP table. So sir, after that you lead your table to go and get lunch. These 3 VIP tables, then the rest can join later. I leave in the hands of the DJ. My name is Ofofonono. You can call me Ofonon. My pleasure it is to always serve as your master of ceremonies. Thank you.